Hello guys, my name is MoreXP and these are 5 more useful tips for Starsector players. If you have not seen my previous video, I highly encourage you to go ahead and watch it. I've shared a few useful tips in that video, especially how you could get free storage in Starsector. Tip number 1 for today's video is less of a tip, that's what she said, and more of an encouragement for new players. Because Starsector does not have autosave at the moment, you should get into the habit of saving often. F5 is for quick save, but keep in mind that it overwrites your save. There are currently no shortcut for saving a copy. In my experience, saving a copy is often better than regular saves. You can load a save that's further back in case you miss something, or some save can get corrupted. If you play with mods, you know. And keep in mind that you can always delete your old save, but you can never load a save that you don't have. That's the reason why I tend to save often, but I also tend to save a copy often. Tip number 2 is about trading. Trading in this game is the fastest and the easiest way to make money. Always look for surplus and deficit on the market. And I'm sure most of you guys already know, you can press F1 when you hover over a commodity to see where you can buy for cheap and sell it high. Another interesting fact is that supplies are the best commodity to trade legally, and drugs are the best commodity to trade illegally. And that's because of multiple reasons. Both of them are easy to acquire, that's number 1. They are almost always in demand, and they have a very good profit margin. Another thing that is related to trading that I think is underrated are bar missions, trading missions that can be very profitable. One of them is when you are presented with an opportunity to buy some commodity at a very low price, which can save you some money if you're going to use those commodities. So for example, supplies or fuel, but that means you can also sell them. The second one is a delivery mission. These missions can scale with the amount of cargo that you have, your cargo limit and your level. So the higher your cargo limit and the higher your level, the more you will make from this mission. You can also sacrifice a story point to get a better pay if you want. It depends on the situation, to be honest. Most of the time I don't sacrifice the story point, but when the payout is about 300 grand and then if I sacrifice a story point I can make up to 500 grand. Personally, I think that's a pretty good trade. Tip number 3 is about trading illegal goods. Trading drugs, weapons, and harvested organs are the most lucrative way of making money in Starsector in the early to mid game, and sometimes even in the late game. I think for new players especially, do not be afraid to take a risk. Allow yourself to make some mistakes. Don't forget that saving the game is an option. Save, load, try things out, make a mistake, figure out how you can make money from selling illegal goods. And the other thing that is also annoying is the negative relationship that we get. Sometimes it's about 5, sometimes it's 10, depending on the situation. Most of the time it tends to be around 5 or 4, something like that. Those negative relationships that you get from those factions when you're caught with illegal goods or when you're caught trading on the black market, these can be fixed completely by taking missions for that faction later on. So you can take a mission to go eradicate a Lodic Path base or eradicate a pirate base, or maybe they have pirate activity in that system. You can help them take care of that. You can even do some trading missions for them, or if you have a contact that is part of that faction, you can also increase your relationship that way. And that's probably another thing. Contacts are also very underrated in this game because they come with many good missions and they are a guaranteed way of getting missions from that faction. Also, if you are caught with illegal goods, there is a chance that they will get confiscated and you will lose a relationship with that faction. Now, when your goods are confiscated, you can never get them back. And that's the thing that hurts the most. Even if you attack and destroy the fleet that confiscated them, you will never get them back. I have tested this out many times. I might actually put it on the screen right now if I can, just to show you that that's the case. So invest in ships with shielded cargo if you're going to trade illegal goods, right? And if you're new and you don't know how to play the system a little bit, because shielded cargos hide your illegal goods when getting scanned, especially if you have a lot of them in your inventory. Shielded cargo can be extremely useful. If you want to know more about shielded cargo and how that works, I highly encourage you to go ahead and watch my previous video. I was a bit more in depth in that video. Since we are on the topic of illegal activities, tip number 4 is about trading on the black market. I'm not sure if some of you guys know, but you can trade on the black market without turning off your transponder and you will not get chased, even when there are trading fleets around. You just have to make sure that there are no military fleets, so there's no detachment or fast pickets or patrol fleets around. And you might still get a relationship penalty. That will happen, but at least you won't get chased and you don't have to sneak around. Make sure that you're not on the radar of any fleet that is off screen, because if your sensor profile is massive, you can still get detected by a fleet that is far away, that is off screen. You just don't see it. One more thing, do not hang around too long, because any fleet that spawn from there will chase you. Tracked by nearby. Oh, I'm getting chased. Okay, so now I'm getting chased by this one because this just came from the colony, which is weird, by the way. I actually didn't know this happened. So this one just came from the colony. It just spawned. So it has the data of the colony, as opposed to this one, which didn't chase me because it came from somewhere else. It has no idea that I made that trade. This is very interesting. I actually did not know that, and I'm gonna try to keep this for the video just so I can show you guys. Now, if you want to be more sneaky when trading illegal goods, then tip number 5 is for you. In Starsector, Insulated Engine is one of the best hull mod when it comes to sneaking and even in general, because not only in combat, it helps your engine stay protected from salamander missiles. If you guys know, you know, I hate salamander missiles when other fleets are using, when other ships are using it, but I love it when I use it. It can reduce your sensor profile, sometimes even by half, which is great. I tend to use it on my cargo and my tankers. So for example, I will put military SAP system on that just to reduce the sensor profile as well. And then I will put insulated engine to reduce it by even more. As a bonus tip, if you turn off your transponder to trade at any independent colony, they will not chase you at all. When you are trading on the black market with any independent colony, there is a chance that you will have a deduction in your relationship with them. And another thing that sometimes can be a blind spot is if you're going to turn off your transporter to trade with any pirate or any independent colony, make sure that there are no other colony nearby. And that's it for me today, guys. I hope these tips help you enjoy the game even more than you did before, and I hope they help you improve at the game as well.